Hey there, here today with my property inspector, Joe DeMars, and he wants to point out a few things that you should be looking for when you're doing a home inspection, and some things that are usually unusual about today's standards, which include...
The security bars. So it's not too often that we run across these anymore, but security bars are common in areas where older people have lived, and it is against the law to have security bars in a bedroom unless you have quick releases, which are these little pedestal foot pedals at the bottom, and you step on them, and it releases the security bar so you can get out in case of a fire. So if they didn't have them, they would be required by law. They have to come off, but because they're here, you don't have to remove them.
Another thing you should be looking for when you do a home inspection is to make sure that there are
smoke detectors in each bedroom. They got to be within a foot of the bedroom door. Above the bedroom door is perfect, and there has to be one in the hallway near the bedrooms. And this is required for fire safety in the state of California. It requires it in the real estate transaction.
Not only that, it's for the lenders too, for the appraisal. Another things to look for when you're doing a home inspection, as Joe just pointed out to me, is the fact that it's got an original furnace along with a now illegal gas line.
So the reason why the gas line's illegal is it's an aluminum gas line, and aluminum is fine, but it's non-flexible. So in California, we now know that these aluminum lines do not flex in an earthquake, and so they can break loose during an earthquake. So when the heater gets replaced, since it was built in 1963, that's my age, 59, the heater needs to be replaced. It should be replaced based on age, and then the gas line has to be replaced by law. I gotta see. God, this is really cool.
So I'm here in the garage with Joe, and we're looking at the water heater, and it turns out it looks like it's an old one, Joe?
Yeah, it's probably about 25 years old.
Oh, wow. I think that's probably the oldest I've seen.
Not the oldest I've seen. So, yeah. Looks like it's hard to tell because of this blanket, the age of it, but, oh, here it is. These blankets aren't needed anymore in the state of California. The water heater comes with a blanket interior.
Oh.
But older people tend to think that they need them.
Yeah.
So, this water heater is about 29 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a record for me.
Which is not uncommon when somebody older is living here because they don't use the water heater that much. But it's in poor condition.
Okay.
So it really needs to be replaced.
Good to know.
So, yep.
So Joe, why is it so important to do a mold test?
Well, the way I see it is because mold is present at times where you can't see it, and the type of test that we do, this air test will tell us anything that we visually can't see. If there's an active mold problem, these air tests will pop up and tell us if we have a hidden mold problem.
And is there a reason why you put it in the bathroom? Is that generally where mold usually exists, or?
I usually put them in areas that are high use areas, like kitchens, bathrooms, obviously water. Mold requires two sources, or two things to make it happen. One is water, obviously moisture, and the other one is the fiber source, wood, drywall, things like that.
Yep, things that can grow on.
Yep. While I look in the bedrooms and all that, the main thing I go after are laundry rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, and then we have to do one outside because we need the baseline to where we start, because mold exists every day. It's just what are the elevated molds.
Sure.
So.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that.
No problem.
Older homes like this one, built in 1963, tend to have a lot of older components to them. So it's really important to have a home inspector come through and make sure that everything is in working order, and to point out those things that may be either safety issues or age issues where you're going to have to replace or repair something really soon.